Let me take you on a journey. A story that happened one sunny afternoon in a quiet little town, at a zoo where things were supposed to be safe, predictable, and fun. But that day, fun took a turn. This is the story of a young boy named Daniel, a banana, and one incredibly clever monkey. Daniel was just 9 years old. Curious, wide-eyed, and full of energy. He loved animals, especially monkeys. To him, monkeys were funny, friendly, and somehow magical. So, when his parents announced they were taking him to the zoo, Daniel could barely contain his excitement. He wore his red cap, a backpack full of snacks, and in one of its pockets, his prized item for the day, a ripe, yellow banana. "I'm going to feed it to the monkey," he told his mom proudly. His mom chuckled. "We'll see," she said. "Remember, you're not supposed to feed the animals." But Daniel had made up his mind. The zoo was bustling. Parrots squawked. Lions dozed under trees. Kids pointed at elephants. But Daniel only had eyes for the monkey enclosure. And then he saw it. The largest cage at the far end of the zoo. Inside, sitting majestically on a wooden beam, was the biggest monkey Daniel had ever seen. It wasn't just big, it was massive. Its arms were thick, its fingers long. Its eyes, almost human. This was no ordinary monkey. This was a giant macaque, the sign read. Known for intelligence and strength. Daniel was mesmerized. He walked right up to the cage. There were signs all around that said, "Do not feed the animals, do not cross the line, danger, keep hands away from cage." But Daniel? He was thinking about that banana. He watched the monkey for a minute. It stared back at him with a slow, calm blink. Like it was waiting. And that's when Daniel made a decision he'd regret. He unzipped his bag, pulled out the banana, peeled it halfway, and stepped just a bit closer than he should have. "Hey, monkey," he whispered, smiling. "You want this?" The monkey shifted on the beam. Its head tilted. Its eyes locked onto the banana. Daniel stretched his small hand forward, slowly, carefully, through the bars of the cage. The monkey didn't move. And then, like lightning, the monkey's hand snapped forward, grabbing Daniel's wrist with shocking strength. Daniel gasped. He tried to pull back, but the monkey's grip was like iron. "Mom! Mom!" he shouted, panicked. The giant monkey didn't let go. In fact, it started to pull. Inch by inch. Not yanking violently, but with calm, terrifying intent. Daniel's tiny arm was being dragged deeper into the cage. He dropped the banana. He screamed. Nearby parents turned. People rushed over. A zookeeper shouted into his walkie-talkie. Daniel's mother was screaming his name. The monkey pulled again, until Daniel's entire forearm was through the bars. Its eyes never blinked. It didn't growl. It didn't look angry. Just focused. Like it was trying to teach him a lesson. Now, the amazing part? The monkey didn't bite. It didn't scratch. It didn't even hurt him, physically. But it held on, just long enough. Long enough for Daniel to feel real fear. For him to understand that animals aren't toys, they're not cartoons or funny videos on a screen. They're powerful. They're wild. And they have boundaries. The zookeeper arrived with a pole and some fruit. He distracted the monkey. Slowly, the grip loosened. Daniel's hand slipped free. He collapsed into his mother's arms, shaking and crying, not because he was badly hurt, but because he knew he had done something wrong. They left the zoo immediately. No more animals. No more bananas. Just a quiet ride home. That night, Daniel didn't sleep much. His hand was fine, maybe a little red. But his mind kept replaying the moment. The monkey's eyes, its grip, the slow, deliberate pull. It hadn't been just about the banana. That monkey knew what it was doing. Years passed. Daniel grew up. But he never forgot that day. In fact, it changed him. He became fascinated with animal behavior. He studied biology, then psychology. He even returned to that same zoo years later, not as a visitor, but as a volunteer. And guess what? The monkey was still there. Older now. Still sharp-eyed. Still calm. Daniel stood in front of the cage once again. This time, behind the line. No banana. No hand through the bars. Just a nod of respect. "I get it now," he whispered. And for just a moment, the monkey blinked, slowly. Almost like it remembered. This wasn't just a story about a boy and a monkey. It was a lesson. About respect. About boundaries. And about how sometimes, the smartest creature in the cage isn't the one on the outside. So, the next time you're tempted to ignore a warning sign, or think you know better, remember Daniel. And remember the clever monkey that didn't just want a banana. It wanted to teach a lesson. Thanks for watching. If this story made you think, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay curious, and stay safe.